my name is Sharrnita Bonds. I'm here with Lamore Divine, and I'm here to promote my book Whispers from the Closet.
Can you tell us a little bit about your book?
Whispers from the Closet is a book that was inspired by me to write about my life. I was molested as a child when I was 8 years old, all the way up until I was 15 by various people. And I was just inspired to start speaking up and speaking out about it because it's becoming so prevalent now. And you hear more about it with children being raped and abused by family members. So I just felt the need to just get the word out so that we can help others know what's going on.
Was this book hard for you to write?
It was hard for me to write only because I hadn't told my family yet. And now that I'm telling my family, it's becoming a little more easier for me to write. The only person that I haven't told as of today is my mom, and I hope to be able to tell her soon so that I can complete the book and get it ready for publishing.
How does your family feel about it, the ones that do know?
A lot of them don't understand because it's taken me so long to say stuff. So a lot of them don't understand why I'm just now saying stuff and, why did I hold it in so long and things of that nature. But I had to wait for the right time for me to have the courage to tell because at that time when I was going through it, I never believed that anyone would believe me. And but now I know.
I think nowadays it is a lot harder for women because the main thing is people, they worry about who's going to believe them.
Yes.
So what would you give young women today advice on speaking up and getting past that point to where they feel that people aren't going to believe them?
Well, pretty much that's why I'm doing the book and I'm doing these events and starting a nonprofit organization called Speak Up and Speak Out so that they can have a safe haven or someone that will understand them, be it a family member or not, because we have to understand that we can't just solely base our decisions in life on family. Although family is pretty much what we're supposed to have, but we know that family will hurt you quicker than anyone else. So the purpose of me doing this is to let the ladies know that, and guys, because it's not just girls that go through this, but girls and guys know that there is someone out there that will listen to them and believe them, regardless of what the family thinks.
What gave you the inspiration to write this book?
I would say the fact that I'm older now and I want to experience a true loving relationship. And I've yet to do that because of my past. My past has kept me from experiencing true love. I've been married twice, and just some of the things that I went through in my marriage showed me that I wasn't in a true love relationship. So I figured once I'm able to do this and heal, then I can really open myself up to receive what is for me.
How do you think would be the best way for women or males who go through this to get through the healing process?
Um, First of all, you have to seek help. You have to find someone that you trust in to talk to, be it a psychologist, psychiatrist, friend, somebody, anybody to help you to get through it. And then once you do that, then normally they will give you steps on what to do. With me, my first intervention, if you will, was talking to a psychologist.
Mm-hmm.
And then from talking to a psychologist, I began to do some of the steps that he said, journal, writing in my journal every day, and just starting to look at life different than as a than the norm,
Mm-hmm.
because I thought the norm was to just have people hurt me, so that right there was one of the things. And then just surrounding yourself with people who love you. That was the main thing. I surrounded myself with people who loved me, regardless of them not knowing my situation.
Some children happen at a young age to where they don't know if it's right or wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So how would you give advice to kids that do have it happen to them at a young age and don't speak up because they don't know that it's wrong, even though it doesn't feel right?
My advice to them would be, if anybody, I don't care who it is, touch you in the wrong place or a place that they're not supposed to touch you in, it's wrong. If they kiss you or whatever they do and you know that that's not what they're supposed to do, then even if you don't know that it's something that they're not supposed to do, speak up, tell someone anyway. We need to always encourage our children to tell somebody no matter what. Even if they said, well, mom, dad kissed me on my lips. Okay, well, let's talk to dad and see why he kissed you on your lips. Is that something that dad normally does, or, is this something that dad just started doing, and
Right.
why? So we need to just always make them aware that no matter what the behavior is, we need to always tell and let the grown up figure out if it's right or wrong.
In some cases where people do step up and say something to their parents or family and they get the "I don't believe you," what would you suggest them on how to handle it, even if people don't believe them?
I would suggest that they still get the word out. They still talk about it. Get help somewhere else. Talk to somebody else. Find someone else that will believe you and that will help you to heal, because you don't want to just stop at the fact that your family doesn't believe you. Because you can't heal like that. So you always want to just keep going. Don't stop. That's where I messed up at. The one person that did find out about it at the time it was going on was my grandmother, and her comment was, well, she's fast. So, and that's why it happened to her. That hurt me, and it stagnated me from moving forward for a long time. And then I had to get past that hurt in order to move on. So my advice to anyone who feels as if no one believes them is to keep going to somebody that will. Don't stop with just one person.
Like you said, with the comment that your grandmother made about you, she's fast. Well, some girls who are promiscuous and they like to be promiscuous, and that happens to them, they seem to accept it because they feel like, well, I'm doing this and I'm doing that, so why not? Why wouldn't he approach me? Why wouldn't he take it? Why wouldn't he force me? Because I'm out here sleeping with several different people. What would you say to a female that felt it was okay, but accepted it due to her own decisions she's made in her life?
I would tell her that she still have choices. Although that happened to you, because that was me. It when that happened to me, I too became very promiscuous and made bad choices and had very bad behaviors. But if looking back, if I could do anything different, then I would just, try to make better choices and not feel as if because that happened to me, I have to accept whatever else is going to happen to me. But that comes with talking to the right people, having people around you to support you and really give you knowledge and understanding of what's going on with you. I didn't have that, and because of that, I've based my life on the knowledge and understanding that I had, which was, this is the norm. Everybody, they abused me, so I might as well take it from everybody else, but never again.
Okay. So how would you tell females that have made bad choices due to what happened to them in their past, how to change their decisions that they're making, how to get over the hurdle of falling into the same patterns of basically being angry, looking for love in all the wrong places because you don't have no one to love you. You feel like you don't have that, so you look for it in anybody. You no longer have the standards. You no longer have you no longer stand for much. You let anybody take whatever just because you just want someone to be there.
Yes, that was my modus operandi. I would just, I accepted any and everything. I was looking for love so bad to where I didn't care who it was. As long as I felt their touch, or heard their voice, or they hugged me the right way, then I felt that it was good. But for females and males like us that are going through what we've gone through, I think the best decision to make is to just, when the old saying says, if you don't know what to do, don't do nothing at all. And I know we all long for love, because it's just natural. But if you are at a point in your life where you don't know what to do, you don't know who to turn to, you don't know who to trust, you don't know, you just don't know, then that is the time when you just don't do anything at all, period. That's the time when you try to seek out help from somebody that can help you to make the right decisions, because all it takes is for, like myself, for you to get with the wrong guy that will beat the mess out of you, just because he knows he can do that, because you're going to stand for anything. And that could be that one time and your last time. And I've had the times when I was with men and they beat me, and I thought that, okay, this is it. And at that point I didn't care. I really wanted them to beat me to death because I didn't want to live anymore. But I don't want girls to feel like that anymore. So my um, advice to them is to just go somewhere, find somebody to talk to. Find somebody. I don't care who it is, but somebody that's knowledgeable that will, kind of help you out.
Can you give our parents or family members signs to look for when it comes to their children?
Yes. If you have a family member who's always wanting to be around your child, no matter what, pay attention to that. If you have a family member who always wants your child to sit on their lap, or, just do little things, intimate things that, don't seem right, pay attention to that. If you have a family member who, when they come around, your child get nervous or paralyzed or fearful, pay attention to that, because those two are signs that something is going on with that child and that person. And also, always ask your children at the end of the day, how was their day, and if anybody touched them. I mean, I know it may seem random and out of the sky or out of the blue, but always ask them that, because you always want to create a safe environment, or an environment where they can come to you and tell you anything. So, had I known, it's a lot of stuff I didn't do with my children, because I was scared to ask, because I didn't want to know. So now I'm to the point where I can ask them and everything. They're all grown and older now, but now, and they, thank God, none of them have been touched or anything like that. But as a parent, as a friend, whatever, just pay attention to the signs and the behaviors of your children. If your child seems to all of a sudden start getting angry and introverted and things like that, pay attention to that, because there's something going on.
How would you explain to women that do not know what love is because they have been in abusive relationships,
Mm-hmm.
they've dealt with and basically accepted the fact of a man putting his hands on them, and they still say, oh, he loves me and he's sorry. He tells me he's sorry. How would you tell a woman that's not love if they have never seen love and that's what they're used to? So, of course, that's all they're going to think what love is.
And that's that's really hard to do. It's really hard to do because, as you know, you and I've never experienced real love. So I couldn't distinguish which was love and which was not love. But I do know this. I do know that love, true love, is not supposed to hurt. A person that really loves you will not abuse you, will not beat you, no matter how sorry they are. Because if they do it once, they'll do it twice.
Mm-hmm.
That's just like a man that cheats on you. If he really loves you, he won't cheat on you. But if you allow him to do it once, he'll do it twice, three times, and even more. So you just have to. It's almost like, and it's sad to say, but you know, a lot of the stuff that I learned off of the TV, watching other people or watching other families, my friends, and I saw how their family interacted one with another, and how they loved on one another or whatever. And don't get me wrong, my family loved me. When I say true love, I say it in the aspect of I've never had a true love relationship with a man, that
Mm-hmm.
that type of love. But as far as love from my family, so I know what love looks like. I know what love feels like. I just don't know what loving from a love from a man or a relationship point of view is. But I would just tell her, if he's gonna beat you, or if he's gonna cheat on you, or if he's gonna do anything to hurt you, demean you, and all of that, that's not love. That's why I'm trying to set up this nonprofit organization so that I can create a place for young girls and boys to come and experience love. I want to have a center where they can come to, and then if they come to the center and they don't have nowhere to go, I want to have a housing, a safe house where I can put them in, sort of like a transitional house, where I can get them the help that they need and get them back out in society and be productive citizens. Because believe it or not, when you go through a situation like this, your life is really at a standstill. It puts your life at a halt because you don't know which way to go. You don't know who you are. You're searching for things in all the wrong places. So it's really, really key to get things back in the community that will help these people. Help people. I don't want to say these people, that will help people to get back on the right path. And that's with the females now. They're all on the wrong path. Where they're all looking for love in all the wrong places. Their values and their morals are totally screwed up. And I really believe that 9 times out of 10 of them, the reason being is because they were molested, raped, or abused in some way, shape, or form. Be it mentally, physically, or spiritually, they have been abused. So I really want to just get the word out and let them know that they don't have to go through this.
I think a big thing is the lack of guidance.
Yeah.
No one has no one to guide them down the right path. If your parents are on drugs, or your parents allow people to put their hands on you or to molest you, or they don't participate in your schooling or push you to go to school or push you to have dreams, you end up going down the wrong path because you don't have no stability at home. You have no guidance from no one. So I think that's the problem with a lot of young men and female today on the directions that they're going with no morals and things of this nature, is because they don't have no guidance.
And that's true. And a lot of times, I have a family member, and they went through the same thing with their parents. And believe it or not, with all the negative that they saw in their life, they took all of that negative and turned it into positive and built on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I really believe that no matter what, we always have choices in life. We always, even though we can have nothing but negative, but we always have a choice to take and either go the path that we see or go the other path. And lack of guidance is very true. We don't have a lot of guidance out here for people. However, there are so many places out here that they can turn to and go to that will help them. So it's really a matter of how bad do you want it, and that's the key thing. I didn't, with me, I wanted help, but I didn't know how to get help at the time. But now that I know, had I known then, I really would have done things differently. But now that I know, it's my it's my duty to let these people know, to let people know that you don't have to live like this anymore. You have choices. You do. And even though you may be in a world full of negative things, you can always take the negative and build on it and turn it into positive.
I think what you're doing is amazing.
Thank
Not
you.
too many people step up and actually say things that, especially when it comes to family, it's the hardest thing to do, because you don't want, especially your family, to be mad, to look down on you. And not too many people speak up about being molested and raped and actually telling the truth and actually letting it all come out, and especially giving back and helping young women that actually experience the same things that they went through. So I think that's going to be an amazing thing, and it will give a lot of young women that don't know where to get help, because that's the problem. People don't know where to get help. They don't know where to look at, and especially when they don't have the education to know where to go look at.
Yes.
So I think that's the big problem, and I think what you're doing is, it's going to be simply amazing.
I would like to tell the viewers to just stay informed. It's the internet, the web is very, very powerful, and things that you don't know, you can always find out. So stay informed. Look out for certain behaviors in your family members, especially if you have children. Pay close attention to your children, and most of all, love on your children. They need it. So many children fail nowadays because of lack of love. And it's not even lack of guidance, it's more so lack of love, because I feel that if you have love in your life, you can just about accomplish and do anything. So just stay tuned, stay informed, and just stay, love on one another, and stay positive in life. And remember that everything in life that you do, you have choices. good choices or bad choices. You know, it's up to you to make the right decision and go the right way. Okay, I just want to say thanks again to Lamore Divine for having me on the show today and for interviewing me and for allowing me to be able to get the word out. I just want to say stay tuned and look out for my book that will be in stores soon. I'm hoping to push the date for April the 15th, if not by the end of April. But the name of the book is Whispers from the Closet, and I am Sharrnita Bonds, and I hope to see and hear from all of you soon. Thank you.